Hello everyone, good evening. Good evening to all of you. Welcome to BYJU'S exam prep and welcome to this next session from this NMAT Crash Course that we are having. Yesterday we talked about arithmetic and algebra, and today we are going to talk about number system, modern mathematics and quantitative reasoning. So these are the things that we are going to discuss in our today's class. I'm sure you already know about this series that we are having about NMAT, and I've already told you about this yesterday as well, that there would be 8 power pack sessions for this. We will be discussing a lot many questions as well, which are of course quite exam relevant. We'll be discussing a strategy about the exam too. But before I start with our today's class, can you please confirm once? Am I audible and visible to all of you? Can you all hear me? Can you all see me properly? I hope no issues there. जस्ट कंफर्म वंस, एक बार बता दीजिए मुझे, फिर हम लोग पढ़ाई करना शुरू कर देते हैं आज की. द प्रोसेस फॉर टुडे वुड आल्सो बी द सेम जो हमने कल किया था. आई विल बी डिस्कसिंग सम ऑफ द कॉन्सेप्ट्स विद यू, एंड आफ्टर दैट एट द एंड ऑफ इट विल बी डूइंग सम 8-10 questions which are based upon this concept. Okay, so Soumya, good evening. Shivam says yes, all is okay. Charvi says yes, all is okay. Soumya is also saying yes. Rishi says yes. That's great. That means everything is fine. So straight away, without wasting any further time, let's straight away start with the class. The first thing first, what is the weightage of this in the NMAT exam? We all know it will be the part of the quantitative aptitude section, and we are talking about these two sections now. This section comprises nearly 2 to 3 questions from number system and 6-7 questions from modern maths. First of all, your first question probably might be, what is modern maths? Permutation, combination, probability, Venn diagrams, this all is a part of modern maths. But when I talk about CAT exam, CAT does not ask you many questions on modern maths, right? You must have seen number system पे hardly 2 से 3 क्वेश्चन आप CAT में एक्सपेक्ट कर सकते हैं, और मॉडर्न मैथ्स से मुश्किल से 1 या 2 क्वेश्चंस. प्रोबेबिलिटी तो पूछते ही नहीं है CAT में अब. इट्स बीन मेनी इयर्स नाउ. So therefore we can say that this is something that we are not preparing for, but yes, they are asking this in the exams of NMAT. So from that perspective, it will become an important topic for all of us. तो ये हम लोगों को करना उस हिसाब से जरूरी हो जाएगा. तो वही हम लोगों को आज भी करना है. Let's move ahead straight away. आगे बढ़ता हूं मैं. What are the topics that we are going to discuss? As I said, मॉडर्न मैथ्स में सेट थ्योरी आता है, परमुटेशन कॉम्बिनेशन आता है, प्रोबेबिलिटी आता है, and your number system would be divisibility rules, classification of numbers, HCF, LCM, and remainders. Of course, I'm just discussing some of the important areas with you. We'll be discussing some of the basics. I'll talk about some of the common mistakes that people make. उन सब के बारे में हम लोग इस सेशन में आज बात करेंगे. ठीक है? So straight away, I'll start with the first thing, some of the important formulas now. So first of all, I will be talking about the Venn diagram, about all these areas. What are they? सबसे पहले उसके बारे में हम लोग बात कर लेते हैं, फिर मैं धीरे धीरे करके आगे बढ़ूंगा. And please do not make it like the last time. I remember हमने जब कल वाली क्लास की थी तो बहुत कम रेस्पॉन्सेज हम लोगों को मिल रहे थे YouTube से. There were people on the app who were answering pretty fast. ठीक है? So please make sure that does not happen today. प्लीज यूट्यूब वाले लोग भी जो है रिप्लाई करते रहिएगा क्वेश्चंस का, मतलब ऐसा ना हो एक जगह पे वो बोरिंग सा हो जाए. ओके, चलिए. सो व्हेन डायग्राम इन्वॉल्विंग 2 पैरामीटर्स फर्स्ट. सो व्हेन डायग्राम, व्हाट इज दैट? व्हेन डायग्राम इज अ circular way of representing sets. I mean when you represent a circle by a set. ठीक है? तो उससे हमारे पास जो है ना, उसको हम लोग वेन डायग्राम कहते हैं. हालांकि यहाँ पे फिगर्स दैट वी हैव मेड दे आर मोर ऑफ ओवल्स, राइट? तो ओवल है तो ये सर्कुलर तो नहीं है. इसका सीधा सीधा मतलब सीधा सीधा मैं ये बोल सकता हूं कि क्या ऐसे नहीं बनता? नो, इट्स नॉट लाइक दैट. सो ऑफ कोर्स यू मेक एन ओवल और ए सर्कल डज नॉट मेक ए डिफरेंस. हु इज गोइंग टू आस्क यू कि आपने क्या बनाया था क्या नहीं. ये मेरी अंडरस्टैंडिंग के लिए मैं कैसे उसको रिप्रेजेंट करता हूं. So when I make figures like this on your screen, so of course this is representing set A, this is representing set B. Number of elements in A is given by n of A, number of elements in B is given by n of B. All of the elements in these two circles, all of the elements in these two circles are called A or B, or you can also call it either A or B, or you can also call it A union B. ये सब एक ही बातें हैं. ए यूनियन बी, ए और बी, ईदर ए और बी, ये सब के सब एक ही बात है हम लोगों के लिए, राइट। सो ए यूनियन बी, ये तो आया मेरे पास टोटल इन दोनों सर्कल्स का जब मैं एक आपके पास यूनियन बना रहा हूं, राइट। द एरिया विच लाइज कंप्लीटली इनसाइड इट, दैट इज कॉल्ड ए एंड बी, राइट। दिस इज कॉल्ड ए एंड बी, एंड इट इज रिटन लाइक दिस, ए इंटरसेक्शन बी। दिस एरिया इट इज ओनली ए, दिस एरिया इट इज ओनली बी, और ये जो हम लोग बनाते हैं दिस इज कॉल्ड द यूनिवर्सल सेट। की बात किसके बारे में हो रही है? दैट इज रिप्रेजेंटेड बाय द रेक्टेंगल आउटसाइड, एंड द एरियाज विच आर देयर इन द रेक्टेंगल बट आउटसाइड द सर्कल्स, वो फिगर्स हैं which are neither in A nor in B, those are represented by this. बेसिकली सेट थ्योरी के अंदर सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट बात आप लोगों के लिए ये है that we have to understand one thing. In case of set theory, when I talk about it, the word and the word or, they are to be used very judiciously. उसको बहुत ध्यान से यूज कीजिएगा। मतलब ऐसा नहीं कर सकते हम लोग कभी भी एंड यूज कर लिया और कभी भी और यूज कर लिया, नो, राइट। A and B means in A as well as in B. A or B means either in only A or in only B or in both. That's what we mean by A or B or A union B. That was about the two sets. Now what about three sets? Venn diagram involving three parameters, let's talk about that as well. उसके लिए सबसे पहली बात, there is a formula n of A union B union C. There is a long formula for that. This value A, B and C, they all are representing exactly one, right? If you see, A उस एरिया में लिखा हुआ है which is only in circle A, B उस एरिया में लिखा हुआ है which is only in circle B, I mean circle Q, and C उसमें लिखा हुआ है which is only in circle R. When I talk about P and Q, when I talk about P and Q, can you tell me which area represents P and Q? Common mistake होती है इसमें. P and Q is not represented by D, it is represented by D plus G. ध्यान से सुनिएगा, P and Q का मतलब है values which are there in P as well as in Q. Are they in R? Does that make a difference? No, it does not. If a value is in P as well as Q, that will be taken in P and Q. तो D और G दोनों उसमें लिखे जाएंगे because D और G दोनों P और Q में लाई करते हैं. Though if he says P and Q only, then it would be D. P and Q only होगा तो D लिखा जाएगा. सिर्फ P and Q लिखा है तो D plus G होगा. Of course, if he says all three, then it would be written as G. And similarly, exactly 2 के लिए मेरे पास D, E, F areas हैं. Exactly 3 के लिए I have the area G. None of them is H, that is outside all the circles. At least two sets. What do you mean by at least two? That means people who are there in two sets or three sets. So two sets वाले ये, three sets वाले ये, their sum is D plus E plus F plus G is at least two. And at least one is as good as A union B union C, which is basically all the values which are inside the circles A plus B plus C plus D plus E plus F plus G. So everything except H is A union B union C. I repeat, you can call it A or B or C. ठीक है, एंड के मायने अलग होते हैं, A और B और C के मायने अलग होते हैं. This is about a Venn diagram of three parameters. Next, let's talk about combinations now. Permutation combination में दो चीजें होती हैं. Now this is one area generally we do not like. I've never seen student जो say कि सर मुझे तो परमुटेशन कॉम्बिनेशन बहुत ज्यादा पसंद है या पीएनसी प्रोबेबिलिटी बहुत ज्यादा पसंद है. जनरली पीपल डू नॉट लाइक देम. हालांकि ऑनेस्टली स्पीकिंग दिस आर माय फेवरेट एरियाज. ठीक है, मुझे बहुत पसंद है कॉम्बिनेशंस प्रोबेबिलिटी वगैरह. बट यस, कैट डज नॉट आस्क यू क्वेश्चंस बेस्ड अपॉन दीस, एनमैट डज आस्क, स्नैप डज आस्क. ठीक है, एनमैट पूछता है, स्नैप पूछता है, ध्यान रखिएगा. नाउ व्हेन आई टॉक अबाउट कॉम्बिनेशन, सो व्हाट इज सी एन आर? ये आपको नई सी चीज दिख रही होगी. एक्चुअली इट इज एन सी आर. It is also written as CNR because sometimes making this all the times in laptop, sorry, in Word and all, it becomes a little difficult for us. Just a second, ये बार बार अपने आप जो चल पड़ता है ना, इसको मुझे ठीक करना पड़ता है कभी कभार. Give me a moment. हाँ जी, I think now it will work properly. just so this is written as NCR here. Okay, now NCR is equal to NCN minus R. I'm sure you all know. Basically, what am I trying to say by this? Number of ways of selecting R things out of N is same as number of ways of selecting N minus R things out of N things. 8C3 is as good as 8C5. 10C2 is as good as 10C8. ये आपको ये कहना चाह रहा है. और NCR का मतलब है in how many ways you can select R things out of N things. लेकिन ये ध्यान रखिएगा, whenever you use combination, these N things should be distinct. वो सारे distinct items होने चाहिए, then you are choosing out of them. This is NC0. Number of ways of selecting no item out of N. It is possible in one way. आप कुछ भी choose नहीं कर रहे हैं, ये भी एक तरीका है. NC1, number of ways of selecting one thing out of N. It is N ways. There are 5 articles in front of me. In how many ways I can choose one? 5. पांचों में से कोई भी एक. 7 articles. In how many ways I can choose one? 7. सातों में से कोई भी एक. That ways. And NCN. In how many ways I can choose all of them? That is 1. सबको choose कर लो, एक तरीका. कोई भी choose ना करो, वो भी एक तरीका. So these are some of the formulas based upon combinations. What next? आगे बढ़ता हूं इससे थोड़ा सा. कुछ और फॉर्मूलेज हैं, उनके बारे में भी बात कर लेते हैं. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, NC0, NC1, NC2 up to NCN is 2 raised to the power n, or in other words you can say, just listen to me carefully here, in how many ways I can select any number of articles out of n. In how many ways I can select any number of articles out of n. If I can select 0, that is NC0 ways. If I can select 1, that is NC1 ways. If I have to select 2, NC2 ways, so on and so forth, up to n is NCN. अब इसके टोटल तरीके जो होते हैं वो 2 की पावर n होते हैं, because there is a logical way of looking at this. When you can select any number of articles out of n, that means every article has 2 choices. Either it will be chosen or not chosen. So हर article के दो choices हैं. तो total n articles के कितनी choices हुई? 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 up to n times, that is 2 raised to the power n. That's how I am writing the sum of this series as 2 raised to the power n. Secondly, if the items are identical, जब different थे जब 2 की पावर n था, अगर identical है तो कितने ways होंगे? अब देखिए identical है, there are 4 pens. In how many ways I can choose any number of pens? Either I can choose 0 pen or I can choose 1 pen. Which one? Does not make a difference, they are identical. Or I can choose 2 pens. Which 2? Does not make a difference because they are identical. Or I can choose 3 pens. Which 3? Does not make a difference because ultimately I have to choose from identical items. Or I can choose all 4. So number of ways is only equal to 5, because with each of the cases the number of ways associated is only 1, because items are identical. Identical चीजों में से सिलेक्ट करने के ways हो ही नहीं सकते हैं, क्योंकि वो तो identical हैं. सभी चीजें एक जैसी हैं, आपको कोई एक चीज चाटनी है, कितने तरीके से चाटोगे? एक, कोई भी ले लो, सभी एक जैसी हैं. So that ways the number of ways of selecting any number of articles out of n is n plus 1. Hello Anish, I'm good. How are you? So good evening to all the newcomers once again, right? So we are talking about the theory currently, and in some time we'll start doing the questions as well. Next, when I talk about permutation, honestly speaking, I've never used permutation because I feel permutation is nothing but fundamental principle of counting. If I tell you that there are 8 students, in how many ways 3 of them can sit in a row of benches, right? The first person can sit in 8 ways. The second seat can be filled in 7 ways. The third seat can be filled in 6 ways. 8 into 7 into 6. This actually is equal to 8p3. तो फिर जरूरत क्या है ऐसे लिखने की? मतलब उसको फॉर्मूले की फॉर्म में मैंने क्यों लिखना? वैसे भी तो कर ही सकता हूं ना. So in how many ways r things out of n can be arranged is npr, but I can straight away say if r things are to be arranged out of n, the first place can be picked in n ways, second in n minus 1, third in n minus 2, so on and so forth. So there are r numbers that can be written, and that gives me the answer. Okay, but what if some of them are identical? If some of them are identical, this is the rule used. Let us say there are 3 A's, there are 2 B's, and there are 4 C's. How many words can be made by them? अब total articles मेरे पास 9 हो गए हैं. So 9 factorial divided by, if 3 of them are similar, तो 3 factorial से divide कर दो. 2 of them are similar, तो 2 factorial से divide कर दो. 4 of them are similar, तो 4 factorial से divide कर दो. And that becomes the answer for us. That is 9 factorial divided by 3 factorial into 2 factorial into 4 factorial. So I'm sorry, I might not be visible to you currently because I do not have electricity. So I would better just remove myself because some of you might be scared of me then. Okay, so that was about it. I'll move ahead from here. That was the second thing that we discussed. तो आगे बढ़ जाता हूं. Next is the addition theorem in probability. So what is addition theorem? But before I talk about addition theorem, we should know what are dependent sets, what are mutually exclusive, mutually exhaustive, independent. देखिए independent और dependent तो वो है where happening of one thing does not affect the happening of other. That's what we call as independent dependent. For example, I toss a coin, heads आया, फिर टॉस किया, हेड आया, फिर टॉस किया, हेड आया, 4 बार किया, 5 बार किया, 5 बार हेड आया. What is the probability that sixth time also it will show head? सिक्स्थ टाइम भी हेड आएगा, इसकी क्या प्रोबेबिलिटी है? अब वो फिर से 1/2 है. डज नॉट मेक ए डिफरेंस पहले क्या आया था. आई होप यू आर गेटिंग माई पॉइंट. इट डज नॉट मेक ए डिफरेंस कि पहले क्या आ रहा था. इट विल स्टिल बी इक्वल टू 1/2 बिकॉज दीज आर इंडिपेंडेंट इवेंट्स. इनको हम लोग बोलते हैं इंडिपेंडेंट इवेंट्स. सेकेंड, व्हाट आर डिपेंडेंट? डिपेंडेंट होता है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल देयर इज अ बैग ऑफ बॉल्स, देयर आर सम रेड बॉल्स, ब्लैक बॉल्स. आपने कुछ बॉल्स निकाली, 2 बॉल निकाली और फेंक दी. थर्ड निकाल रहे, इसके रेड आने के चांस. नाउ दिस वुड डिपेंड अपॉन द फर्स्ट 2 बॉल्स, व्हाट वर दे. सो दीज आर डिपेंडेंट इवेंट्स. म्यूचुअली एक्सक्लूसिव इज वेरी क्लोज टू डिपेंडेंट इंडिपेंडेंट, मतलब काफी नजदीक है. डिपेंडेंट इंडिपेंडेंट कहते हैं कि एक के होने से दूसरे पे असर पड़ता है या नहीं, वेदर हैपनिंग ऑफ वन अफेक्ट्स द अदर और नॉट. Mutually exclusive says where they are completely independent of each other. I mean, I'm sorry, but I might lose the internet connection now. As you can hear the sound of my UPS, electricity is gone. So please stay connected. I'll be back the moment electricity is back. It might be back in 2-3 minutes, not more than that. So please stay connected for 2-3 minutes more. I'll be back then very soon. Currently, I might lose connection because my UPS has gone now. Yes, fortunately, I am back pretty soon. Yeah, electricity came back, which is a good thing. Yes, can you all please confirm? Am I audible to you? All fine? It's good that we are back very soon. It was about to go off and suddenly it came. एक बार confirm कर दीजिए. All okay? I am audible or visible? सही है ना, ठीक ठाक है? Yes, okay, that's great. चलिए. हाँ जी. So I was talking about dependent independent. Now comes mutually exclusive. Mutually exclusive is like I throw a dice. What is the probability I get a 3? I throw a dice. What is the probability I get a 6? अब 3 के होने से 6 पे असर नहीं पड़ता, 6 के होने से 3 पे असर नहीं पड़ता. They are mutually exclusive. Their probabilities are not connected to each other, right? But I mean, probability of having a 3, probability of having a 6, I mean, they are completely different. Next, I throw a dice, probability that I get a perfect square and probability that I get a even number, get an even number. ये connected है. A number can be even as well as a perfect square. So these are not mutually exclusive. इंडिपेंडेंट डिपेंडेंट क्या होते हैं? एक के होने से दूसरे पे असर पड़ता है कि नहीं. म्यूचुअली एक्सक्लूसिव वो है, इसका मतलब दोनों एक दूसरे से डिफरेंट है. दे डू नॉट हैव एनीथिंग इन कॉमन. जिनमें कुछ कॉमन नहीं होता, दे बिकम म्यूचुअली एक्सक्लूसिव. एंड म्यूचुअली एग्जॉस्टिव, एग्जॉस्ट हो जाना मतलब खत्म हो जाना. तो एग्जॉस्टिव इवेंट्स वो होते हैं जहां आके सारे इवेंट्स खत्म हो जाते हैं. टुमारो आई विल गो टू दिल्ली और टुमारो आई विल नॉट गो टू दिल्ली. ये एग्जॉस्टिव है क्योंकि एक ही चीज होगी, या तो मैं जाऊंगा या नहीं जाऊंगा, राइट. और एग्जॉस्टिव कौन से नहीं होते? टुमारो आई विल गो टू दिल्ली और टुमारो आई विल गो टू आगरा. अब ये एग्जॉस्टिव नहीं है. आई माइट गो टू सम प्लेस विच इज नीदर दिल्ली नॉर आगरा, राइट. एग्जॉस्टिव वो है जहां पे उन दोनों के अलावा कुछ हो ही नहीं सकता, राइट. सन विल टुमारो, सॉरी वो तो आप कहेंगे पर यूनिवर्सल ट्रूथ है, दैट लेट्स से टुमारो आई विल गो बाय माय कार और टुमारो आई विल गो बाय अ ट्रेन। अब ये एग्जॉस्टिव नहीं है, बिकॉज आई माइट गो बाय समथिंग विच इज नीदर कार नॉट ट्रेन। ठीक है, टुमारो आई विल गो टू ईस्ट और टुमारो आई विल गो टू वेस्ट म्यूचुअली एग्जॉस्टिव नहीं है, क्योंकि हो सकता है मैं किसी और डायरेक्शन में चला दूं ईस्ट या वेस्ट के अलावा। तो म्यूचुअली एग्जॉस्टिव होते जहां उनके अलावा कुछ नहीं हो सकता। So, in case of dependent events, the formula is just like set theory. N of A union B is N of A plus N of B minus N of A intersection B. ऐसे ही probability हो जाती है, probability of A union B is probability of A, probability of B minus probability of A intersection B. How does that formula change according to the other cases? Mutually exclusive. एक्सक्लूसिव वो होते हैं जहां पे एक के होना दूसरे का होना अलग अलग बात है, मतलब उनका इंटरसेक्शन जीरो है। When this intersection becomes zero, the formula changes to this: P of A union B is equal to P of A plus P of B. एग्जॉस्टिव वो होते हैं जहां उनके बाहर कुछ हो ही नहीं सकता। So probability of event A plus probability of event B is 1. That means either A is going to happen or B is going to happen. There is not a possibility of anything else. इन दोनों में से एक को होना ही पड़ेगा। एंड व्हेन दे आर इंडिपेंडेंट इवेंट्स, अब इंडिपेंडेंट अगर होंगे तो उनके एंड की प्रोबेबिलिटी क्या, व्हाट इज द प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ गेटिंग ए 3 and a 6 ऑन ए डाई, राइट? 3 and a 6 ऑन ए डाई, 3 के आने की प्रोबेबिलिटी 1/3, सॉरी 3 and 6 तो गलत हो जाएगा, 3 and 6 तो आ ही नहीं सकता एक डाई पे फेंकने पे। लेट्स से आई थ्रो 2 कॉइन्स, ठीक है? सो व्हाट इज द प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ हैविंग द हेड ऑन द फर्स्ट कॉइन एंड टेल ऑन द सेकंड कॉइन? अब यहां पे हेड आने की प्रोबेबिलिटी 1/2, टेल आने की प्रोबेबिलिटी 1/2, तो हेड एंड टेल आने की 1/2 into 1/2, राइट? दैट इज P of B into P of A, और आप उसको P of A into P of B बोल सकते हैं। डिपेंडेंट के केस में A इंटरसेक्शन B अलग होता है, इंडिपेंडेंट के केस में A इंटरसेक्शन B स्ट्रेट अवे P of A into P of B, बिकॉज इंडिपेंडेंट है, एक दूसरे पे असर ही नहीं पड़ता उनका, इसलिए वो सीधा सीधा उनका प्रोडक्ट लिखा जाएगा। दैट्स व्हाट वी डू इन केस ऑफ इंडिपेंडेंट। Next, if I move ahead, now let's talk about number system as well. Divisibility rule of any power of 2 is to look at the last n digits. What is the divisibility rule of 4? Is this number divisible by 4? Yes, because the last 2 digits are divisible. Is this number divisible by 8? Yes, because the last 3 digits are divisible by 8. So to check by 8, I list the last 3 digits. To check by 4, I check the last 2 digits because they are 2 and 3 powers of 2. What is this number divisible by 16? उसके लिए मुझे लास्ट 4 डिजिट चेक करनी पड़ेंगे, बिकॉज 16 is 2 to the power 4. Is this number divisible by 32? उसके लिए मुझे लास्ट 5 डिजिट चेक करनी पड़ेंगी, बिकॉज 32 is 2 to the power 5. एंड दैट वेज वी चेक डिफरेंट केसेस, लास्ट की उतनी ही डिजिट चेक कीजिए जितना वो 2 की पावर। सेम इज द केस विद 5. Is this number divisible by 5? No, because 6 is not divisible by 5. Is this number divisible by 25? No, because 56 is not divisible. Is this number divisible by 125? No, because 456 is not divisible. For any power of 5, we look at as many digits at the end as it is the power of 5. 2 और 5 दोनों का रूल सेम होता है। एक होमवर्क भी दे देता हूं, घर पे कोशिश कीजिएगा करने का कि ऐसा क्यों होता है। एक हिंट दे देता हूं, हिंट ये है, पावर ऑफ 2 एंड पावर ऑफ 5 दे मल्टीप्लाई टू गिव यू पावर ऑफ 10। उसी का लॉजिक है, ढूंढिएगा कि क्या लॉजिक। नेक्स्ट बढ़ता हूं आगे, सम इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर्मूलाज नाउ। द रूल ऑफ 3 and 9 सब जानते हैं मेरे ख्याल से। इफ सम ऑफ द डिजिट्स इज डिविजिबल बाय 3, द नंबर इज डिविजिबल बाय 9. इफ सम ऑफ द डिजिट्स इज डिविजिबल बाय 9, द नंबर इज डिविजिबल बाय 9. एंड इंपॉर्टेंट, इवन द रिमाइंडर कैन बी डिटरमाइंड बाय दैट मेथड. डिजिट्स का सम को 3 से डिवाइड करने पे जो रिमाइंडर आएगा, नंबर को 3 से करने पे वही रिमाइंडर आएगा. एंड सेम इज द रूल फॉर 9. Rule of 11, if I have a number like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, rule of 11 says start from the end and add all the alternate digits. End से शुरू करके सारी alternate digits add कर दो and subtract all the remaining digits. So if that difference is divisible by 11, the number would be divisible by 11. Otherwise, whatever difference you will get in this case, the same will give you the remainder by 11. तो ये सिर्फ डिविजिबिलिटी के लिए नहीं, रिमाइंडर के लिए भी चेक किया जा सकता है. इंपॉर्टेंट इज यू विल ऑलवेज स्टार्ट फ्रॉम द एंड टू टेक द फर्स्ट पेयर एंड देन यू सब्ट्रैक्ट द सेकंड पेयर. लास्ट यूनिट वाले से जो डिजिट वाले से जो पेयर बनता है उसी में से दूसरा माइनस करना होगा फॉर रिमाइंडर. दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, उसके बिना नहीं आएगा रिमाइंडर आपका. नेक्स्ट फॉर्मूला दैट वी हैव इज अबाउट नंबर ऑफ फैक्टर्स. मेरे ख्याल से सब लोग जानते होंगे To find out the number of factors, do the prime factorization. For example, if I write 72, write it as powers of some primes. It is 2 cube into 3 square. So the number of factors is given by add 1 to the powers and multiply them. So 3 plus 1 is 4, 2 plus 1 is 3, 4 into 3 is 12. So I can say 72 has got a total of 12 factors. This is how we find out the number of factors of a number. Do the prime factorization, add 1 in the powers and multiply them. So powers were ABC. ABC में अगर आप 1 1 1 add करके multiply करोगे तो you will get the number of factors. Next thing. Next is how do we find out the HCF and LCM of two numbers. HCF LCM का एक सीधा सा तरीका होता है वो ये. Let us say I have a number 2 square into 3 cube into 5 to the power 1. Other number is 2 cube into 3 into 5, right? So what is the HCF of these numbers? For the HCF of these numbers, write the lowest powers of primes. 2 की lowest power है 2, 3 की lowest power है 1, 5 की lowest power है 1. This becomes their HCF. For the LCM, write the highest power of the primes. 2 की highest power है 3, 3 की highest power है 3, 5 की highest power है 1. So that becomes the LCM of the numbers. ठीक है? तो एक ऐसे याद करने का तरीका है. For HCF, that is highest common factor, we look at lowest powers of prime. For LCM, that is the lowest common multiple, we look at highest powers of prime. हाईएस्ट कॉमन फैक्टर के लिए लोएस्ट पावर्स देखते हैं, लोएस्ट कॉमन मल्टीपल के लिए हाईएस्ट पावर्स देखते हैं, and that's how we calculate HCM and LCM of the numbers. And product of the HCF and LCM is equal to the product of two numbers. एक यहां पे चीज ध्यान देने वाली है that this rule is applicable only for two numbers. This rule is applicable only for two numbers, that product of the HCF and LCM is equal to product of the two numbers. That's the rule of HCF and LCM. Next, I talk about remainders now. You use divisibility rule जो मैंने आपको भी बताया. 2 से डिवाइड करने पे वही रिमाइंडर आएगा जो 2 की पावर से करने पे जो उसकी पावर होगी उतने डिजिट एंड के देखिए. 3 के लिए, 9 के लिए, 11 के लिए, either you use that, right? Or you can use other ways. You must have done them during the class. Probably I won't be able to teach them here, but you must have studied all of them. But some important things, that if the numbers are added, their remainders are also added. मतलब अगर आप a प्लस बी प्लस सी को डिवाइड कर रहे हैं d से, so it's better आप a को करिए, b को करिए, c को कीजिए और उन सबके रिमाइंडर्स ऐड कर दीजिए. So if you are dividing separate numbers and adding them, it's as good as adding their remainders. The same thing is true for their multiplication as well. The same thing is true for their subtraction as well. If the numbers are added, the remainders are added. If the numbers are subtracted, the remainders are subtracted. If the numbers are multiplied, their remainders are multiplied, but not in case of division. वो ध्यान रखिएगा. But yes, what is when I divide 50 by 15? What is the remainder? I can cancel out 5. 5 tens are 50. 5 threes are 15. And 10 divided by 3 gives me remainder of 1. Is 1 the correct answer? No. Whenever something is cancelled out from numerator and denominator, it must be multiplied back at the end to get the actual remainder. Generally, we look at remainder questions like p by q, और p by q में तो हमें पता है कुछ भी cancel out किया जा सकता है. But ध्यान रखिएगा, मैं वैल्यू नहीं निकाल रहा हूं. 50 by 15 is 3.33. 10 by 3 is also 3.33. But remainder when 50 is divided by 15 is 5. And remainder when 10 is divided by 3 is 1. रिमाइंडर निकालने के लिए दो अलग अलग क्वेश्चंस हैं, लेकिन वैल्यू निकालनी होती तो दोनों सेम है, तो आप कुछ भी कैंसिल आउट कर सकते हो. दैट्स नॉट ए प्रॉब्लम. एंड लास्ट, देयर इज अ प्रॉब्लम कॉल्ड थ्योरम कॉल्ड फॉर्मेट थ्योरम. फॉर एनी प्राइम नंबर ग्रेटर देन 5, व्हेन एनी डिजिट इज रिटन n-1 टाइम्स, इट विल बी डिविजिबल बाय p, where n is the recurring decimal of p. मतलब क्या इस बात का? प्राइम नंबर देख लीजिए, कोई 5 से बड़ा 7. So if you write any digit 6 times, the number would be divisible by 7. You write any digit 6 times, the number would be divisible by 7. Next prime number 11. You write any number 10 times, the number would be divisible by 11. और ये 2 में ही खास बात नहीं है, 3, 4, 5 कुछ भी लिखो. So that is the rule for prime numbers above 5. That's another rule which is there in case of remainders. And I think now we can start with the questions. Here is the first one. Let's straight away start with it. Let me see how fast you answer these questions. And I repeat, I am looking for answers today from YouTube as well. In the last class, I was a little surprised. Not many people were answering on YouTube. So please answer there as well. I'm looking at the app as well as YouTube. Please start answering these questions. I would like to see some answer before I start discussing it. Any answer, guys, from anyone? I don't see any answers yet. Chaliye, let's start doing this question. Sushmita says, I'm not able to understand the question. Okay, not a problem. Let's see. The question says, the sum S of the squares of first n natural numbers is equal to sum of the first two n natural numbers. What is the remainder when S is divided by 5n? Okay. The sum S of the square of first n natural numbers. Sum of the squares of first n natural numbers. क्या होता है? आई थिंक आप सबको ये फॉर्मूला याद होगा. Sum of the squares of first n natural numbers is n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 divided by 6. यही फॉर्मूला होता है उसका, राइट? It is equal to sum of the first 2n natural numbers. अब sum of first n natural numbers का sum है n into n plus 1 by 2. तो sum of first 2n natural numbers का sum हो जाएगा 2n into 2n plus 1 by 2, right? So 2 and 2 would cancel out from here. 2n plus 1 with 2n plus 1, n with n. I get n plus 1 by 6 is equal to 1, or n is equal to 5, right? N is equal to 5. What is the question asking us in this case? Okay, let's see what is the question asking us. Question says, what is the remainder when s is divided by 5n? अब s है क्या? s तो इन दोनों में से किसी को भी मैं बोल सकता हूं. Let's talk about this. n into 2n plus 1, इसकी वैल्यू कितनी आएगी 5 पुट करने पे? 5 into 5 2s are 10, 10 plus 1 11, that is 55. So what is the remainder when 55 is divided by 5n, that is 25? और 55 को आप 25 से डिवाइड करेंगे तो क्या रिमाइंडर आएगा? The remainder is equal to 5. So 5 is the correct answer for this question. That is option B. And I see that no ledger has given the right answer for this question. Only one guy has given the correct answer. I'm sure now it is understood to all of you. B is the correct answer for this question. I'll move to question number 2 now. Here is question number 2 for all of you on your screen now. Expecting more answers this time. Okay, Nay has given the answer. Any more answers? No ledger is saying D. Okay, let's start doing this question as well. क्या आंसर आता है इसका देखते हैं. There are 8 seats numbered from 1 to 8 in a doctor's clinic. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Each seat is occupied by either a male or a female in such a way that at least one seat is occupied by a female, and the seats occupied by females are consecutively numbered. The total number of ways in which this can be done. So at least one female is there. So if one female is there, she can pick any of the 8 seats in 8 ways, right? If two females are there, he says they should be consecutive. So if they are consecutive, where can they be? They can be 1 and 2, they can be 2 and 3, they can be 3 and 4, they can be 4 and 5, and that ways, can I say there are 7 ways in which they can occupy the seats? Of course, the remaining seats will be occupied by males. If there are 3 females, they also should be consecutive. Where else they can be? 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, up to 6, 7, 8. So there are 6 ways. And that ways, if 4 females are there, 5 ways. 5 females are there, 4 ways. 3 ways, 2 ways, 1 way. And I cannot have 9 females, of course. So 1 to 8, the total sum is n into n plus 1 divided by 2. There are 36 ways in which they can sit on these chairs. My answer for this question is option D, 36. And I see Nay and No Ledger had both given the right answer for this question. Vikram, I am sure that you got it. Where were you going wrong? Probably you missed that 8. Everything else was okay. आपने शायद वो 8 मिस किया. आपको लगा हुआ कंसेक्यूटिव कह रहा है तो कम से कम 2 तो होने चाहिए, लेकिन ये जरूरी नहीं है. ठीक है, उसने ये बोला था एटलीस्ट 1 सीट इज ऑक्यूपाइड बाय फीमेल. सो अगर एक ही है तो वो अपने आप में अकेले ही बैठी है. सीधी सीधी बात ये. ओके, so that was question number 2. I'll move ahead now to question number 3 on your screen. Now let's do this. That is question number 3 now. What is the answer for this question number 3? Anyone? Vijay Arora has answered. Very good, Vijay. We've got one answer till now. Nay has answered, that's C, which is 8. Vikram has answered, which is E, that is 13. Let's check what is the right answer. So what does the question say this time? Dekhte hain jara. Betty divided 242 by a certain divisor. The remainder she obtained was 8. So whatever the divisor is, let us say the divisor is n. She divided 242 by n. She got a remainder of 8. So can I say 242 minus 8, that is 234, is divisible by n, right? If by dividing 242 you get a remainder of 8, iska matlab 242 minus 8 is divisible by that number. When she divided 698 by that number, she got a remainder of 9. That means 698 minus 9 is also divisible by that n. So 698 minus 9 is 689. 689 should also be divisible by n. And when she divided the sum of these two numbers, इन दोनों को ऐड करते हैं, दोनों को ऐड करने पे कहने से the remainder should also be added. The remainder should be 8 plus 9, that is 17. But he says the remainder is 4. अगर दो नंबर्स को ऐड करते तो रिमाइंडर ऐड होने चाहिए, 17 आना चाहिए था, बट उसका रिमाइंडर 4 आ रहा है. इसका मतलब 17 माइनस 4 इज द नंबर विच इज डिविजिबल बाय n. अब 13 अगर n से डिविजिबल है तो n 13 ही होगा, 1 तो हो नहीं सकता, क्योंकि 1 से रिमाइंडर 8 और 9 तो आ नहीं सकते. So remainder must be, sorry, number must be equal to 13. By that logic, my answer is option E, which is 13, rightly attempted by Shivam, Soumya, Vikram, Vijay Arora, and Pragya Singh. They all have given the right answer. That's very, very good, guys. बहुत बढ़िया. Sir, what resource to use for NMAT prep? Nikhil, you have it on the website of NMAT only. I mean, on GMAC website, they are providing you an official guide. They are providing you some 4 or 5 tests as well. So you can use them as a resource for your preparation. That was question number 3 for all of you. I'll move ahead now to question number 4. And now we have started with some of the questions which are slightly towards permutation combination. Let's try this answer. Oh, don't be sorry for doing wrong, ne. You attempted, that's important. Wrong हो गया तो बिल्कुल ही कोई बात नहीं है. Never say sorry for that. Here we have question number 4 now with us. Let me see how many of you answer this fast. It's an easy question. It's an easy question. Many of you can answer this quite fast enough. How many numbers between 10 to the power 6 and 10 to the power 7 exist such that the sum of the digits will be 2? Any answers? Vikram has got the answer as 7. That's great. Very fast, Vikram. Good. Anyone else? Nay has got the answer as B, which is 7. Sushmita has got the answer as A, that is 6. Very good. Let's start doing it then. देखते हैं क्या आंसर आता है. How many numbers between 10 to the power 6 and 10 to the power 7 exist such that sum of the digits will be 2? 10 to the power 6 is this number and 10 to the power 7 is this number. So how many numbers exist between them such that the sum of the digits is 2? Sum of the digits 2 तो दो ही तरीके से हो सकता है. Either you have two ones or you have one two, right? If two ones are there, I can have a 1 here. I mean the number can be 1 0 0 0 0 0 1, or I can have 1 0 0 0 1 0, or I can have 1 0 0 0 1 0 0, or I can have 1 0 0 1 0 0 0. तो बेसिकली मैं 1 को यहां लिख सकता हूं, यहां पे, यहां पे, यहां पे, यहां पे, यहां पे. There are 6 numbers such that the first digit is 1 and any one of them is 1, and there is one number when the first digit is 2 and all others are 0. So ultimately I have a total of 7 numbers in which the sum of the digits can be 2, and 7 is the right answer. Many of you again had given the right answer for this question, but today I see no one on app is giving the right answer. Shyam has given the correct answer. Very good, Shyam, right? So 7 is the right answer for question number 4. I hope you all got it. It was an easy question, but pure NMAT type question. ठीक है, आगे बढ़ते हैं. क्वेश्चन नंबर 5 पे आते हैं. व्हाट इज द आंसर फॉर क्वेश्चन नंबर 5? गिव मी द आंसर. What's the answer for question number 5 now? A die is thrown twice. Some of the numbers appearing on the die is seen as a multiple of 4. then the conditional probability that the number 6 appears at least once. This word conditional, though, was redundant, it was not needed. It is automatically conditional probability. Okay, Vikram Kavar has given the answer. Vijay Arora has given the answer. No Ledger has given the answer. Let's start doing it then. Karna shuru karte hain. What does it say? A die is thrown twice and the sum of the numbers appear on the die is seen as a multiple of 4. What is the probability that number 6 appears at least once? अब वो कह रहा है नंबर 4 का मल्टीपल आ रहा है. 4 का मल्टीपल क्या आ सकता है? It can be 4, it can be 8, it can be 12. Of course, it cannot be anything above 12. 2 डाइस में मैक्सिमम नंबर तो 12 ही आएगा. अब 4 कैसे कैसे आ सकता है? It can be 1 and 3, it can be 3 and 1, और it can be 2 and 2. 8 कैसे आ सकता है? It can be 2 and 6 और 6 and 2, 5 and 3 और 3 and 5 और 4 and 4. 12 कैसे कैसे आ सकता है? There is only one way through which you can get it 12. So ultimately 3 plus 5, 8 plus 1, 9 total ways are there, out of which what are favorable ones? Number 6 appears at least once. In how many cases 6 appears at least once? Here it appears once, here it appears once, here it appears twice. So there are 3 cases when it appears at least once. My answer is 3 by 9 or 1 by 3. That's it. That's the correct answer for this question, which is option A, that is 1 by 3. और फिर से मैं देख रहा हूं बहुत लोगों ने आंसर दिया है, विच इज वेरी गुड. नो लेजर ने करेक्ट आंसर, सॉरी, नो लेजर ने आंसर दिया था. सौम्या, प्रज्ञा, चारवी, सौम्या श्रीवास्तव, विक्रम. लेकिन काफी लोगों ने आंसर 1/12 दिया है, विच somehow आई एम नॉट एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड. कहां मिस्टेक किया आपने? ईदर यू प्रोबेबली रोट ऑल द केसेस एज 36, ठीक है, और आपने ऊपर 3 लिख दिया और 3/36 कर दिया. ऐसा किया क्या? That you wrote 3/36 and you got the answer as 1/12. Probably this is what you did, but it is clearly given. Sum of the numbers is seen as a multiple of 4. कि 4 का multiple तो आया है. So total cases are only those cases when it is a multiple of 4. Favorable are the ones उन्हीं के अंदर जिनमें minimum एक बार 6 आया है. So probably you made a mistake. You gave an answer for that if 2 dice are thrown, what is the probability that sum of the numbers is a multiple of 4 and at least 1 times 6 is there. आपने इस क्वेश्चन का आंसर दिया है. क्वेश्चन ये नहीं कह रहा आपने उसको भी प्रोबेबिलिटी के फेवरेबल केसेस का पार्ट गिन लिया कि 4 का मल्टीपल आएगा. नहीं, वो तो गिवन है. सो दैट शुड बी इन द टोटल केसेस एंड द ones having 6 are in the numerator. Okay, so that was question number 5. I'm sure you have understood it now, the concept as well. I'll move ahead to question number 6. Let's see how many of you give the right answer for question number 6 here. Please give the answer now. What is the answer according to you for question number 6? Why we took 9 as total? Pragya Singh, as I said, total was the number of cases in which the sum came out to be a multiple of 4, and there were total of 9 cases in which the sum came out to be a multiple of 4. Any answer here in question number 6 now? Anyone? There are 5 identical chocolate candies, 8 identical strawberry candies. In how many ways can Jack select at least one candy from this set? Vijay Arora has answered again. He says C53. That's great. Very good. Chaliye, let's see what is the right answer now. There are 5 identical chocolate candies and 8 identical strawberry candies. In how many ways can Jack select at least one candy from this set? Now 5 chocolate candies are there. From 5 chocolate candies, can I say you can make 6 selections, right everyone? 5 chocolates or 4 chocolates or 3 chocolates or 2 chocolates or 1 chocolate, so you can make 6 selections. 8 identical strawberry candies. So from 8 identical strawberry candies, I can make 9 selections, right? So the total number of selections that I can make is 6 into 9, which is 54. 5 identical chocolate candies say I can make 6 selections, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 8 identical strawberry candies say I can make 9 selections, 0 to 8. तो total selections मेरे पास 54 हुए, but question says I need at least one candy. So that one case when no candy selected is subtracted, I get the answer as 53. So C option 53 is the right answer, and I see Vijay and Nandita and Nikhil, they all had given the right answer for this question. Brilliant. Okay, these are again kind of questions that NMAT would be asking you, so just take these questions exactly as the type of question that you would be facing when you would be appearing for NMAT. Okay, that's question number 6 for all. Let's move ahead to question number 7 on your screen. It's here now. It's a large question. Vikram has answered again. Charbi has answered. That's fast. Very good, guys. Shivam has answered. Shubham has answered. Nandita, Sushmita. Oh God, I'm so happy to see so many answers. Vijay has answered. बहुत बढ़िया. Pragya has answered, and everyone has answered D. That's the best part of it. Vikram has answered. Good, good, good. Let's have a look at this. It says the question given below is followed by two statements. We have to find out the 3-digit number. That's our question. First statement says the 3-digit number is an exact multiple of 9. A 3-digit number, it's a multiple of 9. Of course, by this statement, I cannot answer because there are hundreds of multiples of 9. Second statement says the first and last digit of the number is 8. If a 3-digit number is there whose first and last digit is 8, what is the middle digit? I do not know. So by second statement also I cannot answer. Let's combine them. If the number is a multiple of 9 and first and last digits are 8, a multiple of 9 will have sum of the digits as a multiple of 9. So 8 plus 8, 16. 16 ke sath can I say I need 2 to make it a multiple of 9? That means I immediately get the number as 828. So yes, a combination is needed to answer the question. That means my answer is D, and I see, I'm so happy to see everyone had given the right answer to this question. That is option D, and we got so many answers. Okay, that was the right answer for question number 7. Easy question. I'm sure all of you have got it. I'll move ahead to question number 8, and please keep doing one more thing without any kind of hesitation. That is, you have to like the session. Please do that whenever you get an opportunity. Just press the like button if you're liking this session actually. We are just 3 more questions away from the end of this session now. It is question number 8. These sessions are a bit longer, but I'm sure that you guys are getting the most out of it. And if you are, please do press the like button. Question number 8 on our screen now. Harry has 2 baskets, B1 and B2 having 7 Alfonso mangoes. 6 Kesar mangoes respectively. By the way, let me tell you, both of these types are very sweet mangoes, very good. He took out a few Kesar mangoes from basket B2 and kept them in basket B1. And then selecting 2 Kesar mangoes, the probability is 1 by 15. Find the number of Kesar mangoes taken out by Harry from basket B2. Vijay Arora has answered. He says option A, that is equal to 3. Very good, Vijay. Very fast. Brilliant. Any other answer? We got one answer from Vijay. Anyone else? Any other answer? Let us start doing it then. He has two baskets. B1, it has got 7 Alfonso mangoes. B2, which has got 6 Kesar mangoes. He took out a few Kesar mangoes from basket B2 and kept in B1, right? And now the probability of selecting 2 Kesar mangoes from B1 is 1 by 15. Find the number of Kesar mangoes taken out by Harry from basket B2. Now, if I take a variable that how many Kesar mangoes are taken out and doing variables and then doing 7 plus KC2 and KC2, वो बड़ा मुश्किल हो जाएगा करना. Better is to use options. Let's start with option A, 3. If we took away 3 Kesar mangoes, now I will be having 7 Alfonso and 3 Kesar here. So out of total 10 mangoes, you take out 2, that is 10C2. What if both of them are Kesar? That is 3C2. So that gives me 3 divided by 45, and it actually comes out to be 1 by 15, which is the question asking us. So fortunately, straight away by putting first option, I get the answer. So my answer is A3. Yes, there is a possibility 3 पीछे होता थोड़ा सा टाइम लग जाता, लेकिन करना तो यही था, सबसे बेहतर तरीका यही है. If you do it with other options, it will not be 1 by 15. Let's try 4. अगर 4 मैंगो शिफ्ट करता, I will have 7 Alfonso and 4 Kesar. Total 11 mangoes are there from which I select 2. And both of them are Kesar, that is 4C2. 4C2 is 6, 11C2 is 55. It is not 1 by 15. Similarly, 5 लोगे, 2 लोगे, 6 लोगे तो नहीं आएगा 1 by 15. So only in case of 3 it comes out to be 1 by 15. So therefore my answer is 3 only, that is 1 by 15 giving me. So the correct answer is option A. That was question number 8. Now we move to the penultimate question, which is question number 9 on your screen is here. Let's try this question as well. Let me see how many of you answer this correct. I'll tell you a little fast way of doing this question. Yes, Nikhil also got it correct in the previous question apart from Vijay. Question number 9 on your screen now. Any answer? After this question, I have one more question to discuss. Let's start doing it now. Okay? चलिए करते हैं. So the question says, in a mart, 1/5 of the customers bought rice from there, 1/8 of the customers, including 1/4 of those who bought rice, bought pulses. What percentage of the customers bought neither of them? My way of doing these questions, an easier way, which I feel. आपको 1/5 भी करना है, 1/8 भी करना है, 1/4 भी करना है, तो 5, 8 और 4 का कॉमन मल्टीपल ले लो, so that easily we can do 1/5, 1/8 and 1/4. Their common multiple is 40. Let us say 40 customers entered. 1/5 of these customers, that is 8 customers, bought rice from there. Of course, the 32 customers did not buy rice. 1/8 of the customers, including 1/4 of those who bought rice, bought pulses. So how many people bought pulses? 1/8 of this. 1/8 of this is 5 people bought pulses. Including, he says, 1/4 of those who bought rice. Iska 1/4. So out of these 8 people, 2 people bought pulses. So can I say out of these 5, 2 are already here. So 3 more people bought pulses. Question says, what percentage of the customers bought neither of them? 8 people bought rice, out of them 2 bought pulses, and 3 people bought only pulses. So can I say 8 or 3 is 11 ko hata दूं, the remaining 29 people neither bought rice nor pulses, and this 29 is what percentage of 40? It is 72.5%. So C option is the right answer for us. As I said before, ये questions आसान हो जाते हैं when you take numbers with you. अगर आप x लेके चलोगे x/3 x/8 तो थोड़ा सा मुश्किल लगेगा, but that way it becomes easy for us. So Pragya Singh got the right answer, Soumya Srivastava got the right answer, Vikram gave a logical guess, but that was good, है ना? विजय अरोड़ा got the right answer. प्रिंसी कुछ कह रही हैं, हेलो सर स्नैप के सेशंस कब से स्टार्ट होंगे? प्रिंसी, once we are over with this, because NMAT starts by 10th of October, उसके बाद we'll be starting with snap sessions as well. So that was the question number 9. I'll move ahead to the last question of the day. Question number 10 on your screen is here. Let's see how many of you answer this correctly. It's the last question. I would like to see more correct answers for this question now. Question number 10, the last question of the day. Okay, Vijay Arora says none, and I got just one answer. So let's start discussing. It says Sandy, an Indian chef, usually decides a dinner menu for the entire week in an Indian restaurant. He has a list of 8 Indian dishes, 5 US dishes. If he decides to serve Indian food on 4 of the days, in how many days can he prepare the menu for the week, given that he is giving a different dish each day? So 4 Indian dishes are needed. That is possible in 8C 4 ways. So of course, the remaining 3 days I'll be having a US dish, which is possible in 5C 3 ways. And these 7 dishes can be arranged on 7 days in how many ways? 7 factorial ways. 7 दिन पे आपको 7 चीजें लगानी है, तो कितने तरीके से लगा सकते हैं? That is equal to 7 factorial. I hope you all got my point. यहां तक सबको समझ आ ही गया होगा. तो देखते हैं कितना आता है. 8C4 it is 70, 5C3 it is 10, 7 factorial it is 5040. So I have 3 zeros at the end, and 7 into 504, that is 3528. Is it there? Yes, it is there in option C. So that is the correct answer for us. Simple. 8 Indian dishes, 4 are to be chosen, 8C4, 5 US dishes, 3 are to be chosen, 5C3. Now these 7 dishes are to be arranged in a week in 7 factorial ways. Multiply karke we got the answer, and that was the last question of the day. Hello sir, for CAT exam on quant section, should I focus on modern maths and number system? No Jayant, these are the least important areas rather. Okay, दोनों ही least important areas. So that was the last question of the day, guys. For more such sessions, please keep coming to us. Now, the next session is tomorrow, that is on 28th of September. You have session by Vikrant sir, and he'll be talking about vocabulary and grammar revision. Then on Friday, I'll be back with you again with logical reasoning part 1. And on 30th of September, again, Vikrant sir would be talking about reading comprehension and RC made easy. Join us for these sessions on the coming days. And just a second. क्या हो गया? So this is not moving ahead. Anyways, so this is somehow not going ahead. I think there is some problem with this. So that's all for today, guys. So keep coming to these sessions. We'll be meeting on the next session now, that is tomorrow with Vikrant sir, and day after tomorrow. So we'll be talking about these NMAT sessions in these coming days. Sorry to go off topic, but SIIB की कट ऑफ क्या रहती है प्रिंसी? आई थिंक द कट ऑफ वुड बी समवेयर अराउंड 40-42. हालांकि पेपर पे डिपेंड करता है, पेपर बहुत इजी आएगा तो ज्यादा भी जा सकती है, डिफिकल्ट आएगा तो कम भी जा सकती है. ठीक है. यस रेशम, दे वुड बी डेली नाउ. That's all, guys. Thank you very much. Have a good day now. Tada, bye bye, and take care of yourself.